Let's take an example. Let's use an Excel sheet to get going with this analysis. Here is our Excel sheet. The factors are put on the top row and ideas are put in the leftmost column. The 5 factors I am using here are 1. Investment required, 2. Ease of operations, 3. The marketability, 4. Fit with your interests and strengths, 5. Product differentiation. So let me get into a little bit about what exactly do these factors mean. Investment required. If a business requires more investment, it is harder to set up and it is riskier. So the lower the investment required, the higher the score I am going to give it on this particular factor. Ease of operations. A business which is easy to operate will be easy to get started and it will also be easy to grow the business later. An easier business will get a better score than a business which is difficult to set up. Marketability. How confident are you that a product or service will find customers or buyers? The more confidence you have, higher is the marketability for that product or service. A higher marketability will get a higher score. Fit with your interests and strengths. If the business is closely related to your passions and interests, give it a higher score. Product differentiation. Product differentiation is all about how different the product is from other offerings in the market. A more differentiated product gets a higher score. As in real life, not all factors are equally important. So I will give the factors some weightages and then arrive at a weighted score for each idea. Since the investment is an important factor, let us give it a 20% weightage. Ease of operations slightly lesser, so a 15%. Marketability is very crucial, so let me give it a 25%. Fit with your interests and strengths, let's say 20%. Finally, let me give product differentiation about 20% also. Now let's begin. For each idea factor combination, you have to give a score. The score can range from 0 to 5, with 0 meaning poor and 5 meaning excellent. To help you understand better, let me show you how to work the Excel with a filled up row for one idea. I'll use the example of the savory smoothie business. Since the smoothie idea does not require much investment, it is given the top score of 5 on the factor investment required. Similarly, since the idea ranks quite well for the factors ease of operations, marketability, and fit with interests and strengths, it is given a 4 on all of these factors. It is a differentiated product but not so unique. So, for differentiation, it is given a score of 3. Next, each idea factor score is multiplied by the weightage given to the respective factor. I have already coded the formula in the Excel sheet. The score I assign to a factor gets multiplied by its weightage. For example, a score of 5 in investment required factor will get multiplied by 20%. And the weighted score for an idea is simply calculated by adding all the weighted scores. Look at the weighted score in the last column. Note that the weighted score for savory smoothie idea is 4.0. Now just repeat these steps for the top 10 ideas in your idea bank. The ideas with the top scores will be the ones with the maximum potential. It is really that simple. So go ahead, use the decision matrix for your ideas. This is how Excel with your top 10 ideas will look like. I have used some specific factors and weightages for this exercise. It is good to start with these. Later, when you have learned to use the decision matrix, you can revisit it to change them, but only after a discussion with your facilitator. Your facilitator will give you the Excel sheet template for use in the class, or you can also download it from Edcast.